Okay, so today we will learn what is shear force bending moment. Right, SF stands for shear force and BM stands for bending moment. Now, what actually these two things are? Now, shear force and bending moment, both of them represent internal loadings. Okay, both these represents internal loadings in structural members or simply in structures. Okay, now before a structural member can be proportioned, it is necessary to determine the force and movement that act within it. Why do forces or movements act in the structure? Why do they act? Because on top of that, or they are subjected to external loadings. Due to that, internal loadings get developed in the structure. Now that is nothing but shear force, bending moment or axial force, or these three are the main. So shear force, bending moment, axial force. Now earlier I used the word proportioned. Now what does proportion means? Proportion means based upon the internal loadings which are acting inside the structure at some particular point. At that point, how much is the shear force or bending moment? According to that, the section would be designed, right? And according to that, this much of cross section dimensions need to be provided. So that is the purpose we do find out the shear force and bending moment which are acting internally in the structure due to external loadings. Now what proportion means, I will again explain. Suppose this is a beam. This is a beam. A depth I have considered say 250 mm, 250 millimeters. Okay, 250 millimeters. I have considered the depth of this structural member that is known as beam. Now at in the middle, okay, it is simply supported. It is simply supported. Now in the middle exactly, we have a bending moment of suppose say 75 kilonewton meters acting exactly at this point center. Okay, now we are having a sagging or positive 75 kilonewton meter bending moment at this point. Now the depth which I have provided of 250 millimeter is failing. That means the depth at this point 250 millimeter is not enough to develop 75 kilonewton meter resistance, that is bending moment at this point due to some external loading acting on this beam. What I will do as a designer or as a structural engineer, I will increase the depth. That is the first case. Although there are other cases, as of now say that I will increase the depth, that is depth would be greater than 250 millimeter in this case. Okay, now this is how, this is the main concept of shear force, bending moment. What actually these are? Shear force and bending moment are nothing but internal loadings developed in a structure due to external loadings getting acted. If you in a structure, if you are getting that shear force is maximum near the supports, okay, after you solve more and more structures you will, and if you make the analysis report, then you will get these things. Near the supports, I mean it will vary, but assume that mostly near the support shear force is maximum at these 2 points which are near to the supports. Now any section to provide this shear force amount at that point, cross section need to be in such a manner that these two shear force are getting generated at these two respective points. Similar case, the center one which I have explained for bending moment. Now this is the concept, the whole concept for shear force and bending moment. Okay, now I'll explain the sign conventions. Or suppose this is a beam or a structural member. Now I'll make a cut at this point. At this point. Now after that, how it will look in 2D. Some external load has been acted upon. Suppose that was a UDL, okay, throughout the length of the structure. So this is shear force represented by V. Now this is a normal force, but generally we call it this as axial force. Okay, this is N represented by letter N, and this is bending moment represented by M. Similar case on this, but directions would be reversed. Now for shear, this is a cut, right? The cut also needs to be in equilibrium. So if it is acting downward here, it must be acting upward. This is normal force. Okay, you can correct this, as earlier I told this normal force can also be considered as axial. It depends upon the structure cross section. So according to this cross section, if I draw in 3D, so this is our area, cross sectional area, right? Cut section is known as cross sectional area. To that, this N is acting perpendicular to it. So this is normal force. Now there is a movement also, right? Yeah, so movement would act like this. So these are the positive sign conventions for shear force and bending moment and normal force. Okay, so sign conventions are, the choice is arbitrary. Arbitrary means it is up to you how you can take any ways, but you need to follow one. You need to follow one guideline. So this guideline is what this has been widely accepted in structural engineering practice. So many people are practicing this sign convention. So this is also turned out to be a standard. So you can say this is a standard sign convention. Now remember, this is what? This is a section. If you are considering the right hand side loadings, now this is the right hand side positive sign conventions, right hand side. Now consider the left hand loadings. This would be the left hand side's positive sign conventions. Now what that means? That means, suppose this here, you are having a UDL, uniformly distributed load. That means along the length it is uniformly distributed. Okay, so suppose I am taking a section. At this point I am taking a section. So right hand side I am getting an equation of shear force bending moment that you will get to know in the later video. So the vertical loadings I would consider for shear and bending moment. So if shear it is there, I will consider only the vertical loads direction and magnitude. So here you can see right side sign convention. This is right side, right? This is the section. So the same, I have made a cut. So this is the right hand side loading. So right hand side right hand side loadings I have to apply. See, shear means vertical loads. So vertical loads is vertically downward is positive. So right hand side this UDL is vertically downward, so this would have a positive shear force value. And left hand side, consider left hand side sign conventions. Left hand side the vertical loading is vertically downward. So left hand side for shear vertically upward, it is positive. So we would have negative value of shear force on the left side if we consider left side loadings. Okay. So this is the entire meaning of that. Now there is other, in other way also you can say this shear force, bending moment, sign convention, or better to say you can remember. What is that remembering means? Positive shear. So right hand side, left hand side we have positive shear, right? Left hand side any vertical load acting upward vertically would be considered as positive shear. Right hand side any vertical loading downward would be considered as positive shear. Okay, in other words, what you can say, positive shear tends to rotate the segment in clockwise manner. Okay, you can see here, see this is vertically downward. Vertically downward means the contact would be made here. Suppose, assume for movement, right? So this is downward, so this is what, clockwise, right? Yeah, so this is upward. Suppose contact made is here, assume, then this is also clockwise, right? So that's what means positive. In this manner, if you want to learn, you can also say that positive shear means it is making clockwise direction in any side, whether it is left side or right side. Okay. And bending movement tends to bend the segment concave upward. Okay, concave upward. What concave upward means? Concave upward is this. Okay, this thing is concave upward. Now if this shape is forming, that means bending movement is positive. Okay, so I hope you understand.